When you understand yourself, you will heal yourself and transform yourself. To understand the nature of the universe, the best and simplest and most natural way is to understand yourself first. So the universe is looking like it's infinite. It might be endless and timeless. It's matter, non-matter, and everything in between. We don't know where it's come from and if it has any consciousness itself. If it did, it might be asking the same questions like, who am I? Where am I going? And what is this all for? So the universe is made up of 9 planets, and we're the third rock from the sun. It's about 3.5 million times larger than any single one of us. In our small Milky Way system, it is 100,000 million stars that make it up. 200 billion trillion stars in total. And the universe diameter is something like 95 billion light years in diameter, which is always expanding. So who knows where it'll end up. I mean, this is while the Earth's is only 13,000 kilometers or so in diameter. There's 10,000 stars for each grain of sand on Earth, and this must start to give us perspective of who we are and where we are. Consider that next time you walk along the beach. Become conscious of it. Yet as tiny as you are, you can consciously contemplate, and here is the magical part, the entire universe. You can close your eyes and see it. Do you think an elephant does that? Or any other creature on the planet? Not as far as we've seen or we know. We're unique, divine human beings having a spiritual experience. You see, we've seen 50 billion light years into the universe so far, and it's only 2022. And still, we've looked into every corner and we observe not even ourselves. And we want to understand what's going on. To understand this life, to remove fear and anxiety when you do understand it, means naturally that you must understand yourself first. So start there and never forget how important you are, how grand and marvelous in design, in fact, you are. Your consciousness is so important because it allows you to close your eyes and picture anything that you can perceive of or imagine. And your imagination and your perceptions are building who you are and the life you are living today. Consciousness is the state of being where we're aware of ourselves and everything else that we come into contact with, or everything else that we can remember or imagine or fathom. So your universe literally expands as your consciousness does. So they're one in the same, the universe and your consciousness. What do you think all these worlds and planets have been created for? Nothing? Do you think they just will sit there for eternity, spinning on their orbit, uninhabited? What do you think all these trillions of human beings have been created for the last 14 billion years? For nothing? Nothing's going to come of it? Just a waste of time? You need to think consciously about these things, because when you understand them, you will begin to make sense. And if you are leading what you might call a senseless life with senseless direction and senseless actions, then you must start to make sense of yourself first. All you need to understand the question of who am I is just take a proper long look around you and see what's happening naturally everywhere. You, me, everything else is being prepared for expansion. It is growing. It is moving. It is shifting and changing. Are you not more prepared than you used to be? Are you not at least more conscious than you used to be? Because if that's the case, there's your scientific evidence. So use your chunk of consciousness to plant the seeds of the universe you would like to see. Because what comes next is what you create. And if you see or look at history, you will see human madness and greed and wars and foolishness, wasting time, wasting space. So can you not contemplate something better yourself? Then do it. It comes naturally. So do what comes naturally and co-create yourself as you would create the planets with your consciousness. After all, you are the universe in ecstatic motion.